So I'm going to talk for just a second about what mindfulness is and what it isn't. A lot of times we read that and we're like, what's your woo level, right? Like how woo woo are we going to be? I'm a woo medium. I'm not even like a woo medium high. So really mindfulness is just hanging out in the present moment and kind of letting everything else just slip away. We actually only live about 5% of our lives in the present moment. And the other 95%, do you know how we run our lives? It's like our inner 7-year-old, because that's about when it gets formed. And so I don't know about you, but my inner 7-year-old, she can't drive her Winnebago, like at all. So I don't want her running the show because we may not stay on the road, or as many of the truckers that I know talk about keeping it between the mayonnaise and the mustard, which is what we want to do. So in case you don't know who I am, my name is Tabitha Westbrook. I'm a licensed trauma therapist. And I love to do the messy stuff, but I also love to do the not messy stuff, which is this. And so I have a practice with an office in North Carolina and an office in Texas. And my van, her name is Vanquility, and she is, in fact, my emotional support vehicle. Her name says it on the back, and I have a sticker that says emotional support vehicle also on the back. So definitely truthful there. But she is my happy place, and I love her. And I think we all feel the same way. So that's like one of the fun things, whether you're in an Echo, a Navion, a View, a Travato, a Solus, a Bolt, what am I missing?
I mean, you got the list.
All right, a Revel.
Yeah, Rebel.
Don't
Yeah.
want to forget the Revel. So whatever Winnebago compact coach you find yourself in, like that's probably our happy place. I have met the happiest people at these rallies. And so today it's a really sweet time to just kind of check in to ourselves for the day before things get super active and we get all the activities going on and we start modding and maintaining and hanging out and have all the merriment. I think I got all the M's. And so we want to make sure that we do that. So what this is not going to be is stupid, I hope. And it is invitational. So that's one of the really important things about mindful practice is it's an invitation. If you're like, I don't like how this feels, don't do it. If you notice things like come up in your body and you're like, what the what? You can stop. If you're like, I just need to move my body, get up and move. Like you can do that. This is not going to be high impact aerobics or anything like that. We don't need any of that stuff here. That's James and Steph. They can take care of that for us tomorrow. But for us, we're just going to kind of take a moment to settle in and just be. So one of the things I like to invite people to do is de-pretzel their bodies. So if you can unfold any folded part, and kind of get your feet flat on the floor. If your feet reach the floor, I'm short, so sometimes they don't. But just kind of give yourself a minute to get comfortable in your seat. And just take some breaths, like normal breathing. In fact, this whole time you've been normally breathing and you didn't even notice. So all throughout this practice, your eyes can be open or closed, whatever's most comfortable for you. Sometimes people like to look just down at the floor. If you need an anchor point, you can always use me as an anchor point or another point in the room. People like to do it different ways. So that is the world is your taco, build it how you wish. And nobody hates a taco or nachos or a burrito, right? Beautiful thing. So as we're just kind of sitting here and noticing the space that we're in, I'm going to invite you to look for something that you can see. It can be anything. And just say it in your mind. Now I'm going to invite you to take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now I want to invite you to find another thing that you can pick the same thing, different things. Again, the world is your taco. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now let's look for a third thing that we can. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to look for a fourth thing that we can see. Say it in your mind. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to look for a fifth thing that we can see. When you name it in your mind, take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to switch and we're going to look at 4 things we can touch. So if you're close to it, you can touch it. If not, you can imagine what it might be like to feel. And so I want you to notice something that you can touch. Be your pant leg, table, your beverage. And take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to look for another thing that we can touch. If you're next to people, ask them first. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now another thing that we can touch. And you can pick different things or the same thing. There are no rules. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to notice one last thing that we can touch. We're going to take a big deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. Now we're going to go to hearing. So pick one thing you can hear. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. If your hearing is not good, then you can just imagine things. Again, the world that you're talking, build it how you wish. And we're going to notice another thing that we can hear and maybe look for something a little more obscure. What might be in the back? A big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now we're going to think of something we can smell. Now, if you can actually smell something, maybe you're wearing cologne or perfume, then you can notice that. If you can't, then you want to bring something to your mind that you can almost smell if you think about it, like cinnamon rolls or chocolate chip cookies or donuts or spring flowers, whatever works for you. Just notice and take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to notice one more thing that we can smell or that we like the smell of. Take a big deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. Now, finally, we're going to notice something we can taste. If you have a beverage or food with you, you can use that, or you can imagine the taste of something that you super love. So it could be cookies or donuts or coffee or sushi, whatever is happy for you. Just notice that and take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Give yourself just a moment to settle back into your body. And notice that what we did was called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we just engaged our 5 senses, something that we sometimes do, but don't always do. And you can take that exercise with you wherever you go. So you can do it in the car, you can do it on a boat, in your RV, you can do it wherever you want. You can do it in a moat, Sam I am. But it's a good way when everything feels really loud around you to kind of quiet the world down a little bit and just be where you are. So the next thing I'm going to invite us to is paced breathing with some paired muscle relaxation. So basically, we're going to tip and release different groups of muscles. Now, if you have physical disabilities that don't allow you to do certain things, don't do them. It's totally fine. But we're going to start by scrunching up our hand, making a fist. And we're just going to let it sit real tight. And we're going to release it and notice how it feels to release. All right, make a fist again. Notice how it feels to be all tight. And then release it. When you tighten things up, you can breathe in and breathe out when you release. And just notice how your body shifts. Now we're going to tighten up our toes. Did you guys ever see Die Hard, the best Christmas movie ever? Maybe it's just me that thinks that. But Bruce Willis talks about like making fists with his toes in that movie. Ironically, that actually works. So I'm going to make little fists with our toes, squeeze our toes real tight, and let them release. Now we're going to do that again. Squeeze our toes really, really tight and let them release. And just notice how your body changes when things tense and release. Now we're going to tighten up our core. That's the middle part of us, if we don't know that. And we're going to tighten up our core, tighten up our tummy, and let it go. Now we're going to tighten that up again and let it release. Now, if you need to, you can give yourself a little wiggle. I call it the Taylor Swift shake it off, because sometimes we bring up our energy and we just need to let a little energy go. We are like a human circuit, which is really fun. I have this toy. I didn't bring it with me. Total missed opportunity. But it only works if you close the circuit. So if we were all to hold hands and hold the ends of this toy, it would not light up unless we were all connected. What I love about that is it reminds me that I need people in my life. So even if you're a raging introvert, which everyone has figured out, I am definitely an extrovert. But if you're a raging introvert, you still need community. And healing of any kind happens in community. So if you're like, man, I'm having a rough day, this is a great place to be because we have community all around. So I'm going to invite you to considering a peaceful place. So this can be a real place. It can be a made up place. It can be Narnia. It can be the 7th level of Mars. I don't even know if Mars has levels. Let's be real. But I want to invite you to bring that to mind. So your eyes can be open or closed, whatever works best for you. But bring it to mind a peaceful place. The only rules for this are that no people or pets are allowed. And look, I know we love our people and our pets are adorable, but sometimes they can all be a little stressful. So we want to be in a peaceful place with a little less stress. As you bring this to mind, I want to invite you to make it as real as possible in your mind. So I want you to notice if you're at the beach, the sun on your face and the perfect no humidity temperature. Unless you like humidity, then imagine humidity. So make it as real. Bring it to you as much as possible. Notice how you feel in your body in this place. Notice what the temperature is in this place. Is it warm? Is it cool? Notice if there is a breeze or is the air super still. Notice any sounds that you can hear. Is there running water? Is there a breeze? Do you hear leaves on trees? Really try to imagine being in that place. Notice if you're sitting or standing. Notice if you're moving or if you're still. Notice any smells or tastes that you might have in that place. And notice your body and how it relaxes when you go to this peaceful place. Give yourself a few moments to just notice, to enjoy it, to bring it fully to mind. Try to notice any details, colors, textures. And if you're one of the people that cannot visualize in your brain, you can give yourself a narration of the place. Even people who can't tell me that they can see their couch in their head can tell me if it's their couch. And they can describe it. So you can do that for yourself if you need to. So whenever you're ready, you can come back to this place in the annex with me and just notice that peaceful place and know that you can take it with you anywhere that you go. So anytime you're like, I need a break, all of y'all are stressing me out, just take a moment and go to that peaceful place. You can even give it a name if it's helpful for you so that you can remember it easily and it can come back to mind for you. So, last thing I want to do is just invite you to notice. Notice what might have come up. You might have been like, this is the stupidest thing I have ever done, Tabitha. What in the world? Or you might be like, this was great. Or you might be like, at some point I felt a little panicky. What was that about? And what I want to invite you to is curiosity. Our bodies tell us so much, and sometimes we don't talk to them back until there's a real problem. But we just want to be curious and notice. So if we felt a little tension, or my speaker went off, but if we felt a little tension or if we felt excitement, we just want to notice that and be curious about it. So I'll just give you a moment to check in. You can file away your curiosity for later if you like, or you can explore it whenever you're ready. But I also want to tell you, we've been here about 18 minutes, give or take. And there is a lot of research that says 10 minutes of daily mindfulness practice actually changes the structure of your brain, and it reduces any symptoms of anxiety or depression as much as an antidepressant. And so we just spent a few minutes together building new neural pathways that can take us beautiful places. As my friend who is a clinical director at the Begin Again Institute in Boulder, Colorado says, his name is Matt Wenger. Matt says, the water will run where the ditch is dug. So if we want our water in our brains to run a different place, we got to dig new neural pathways and backfill the old ones. So if you practice just the stuff we did here, simple though it may be, and not always easy, but simple, then in 8 weeks, you are actually going to notice less anxiety, less depression, more joy. Now, again, that doesn't fix every problem, right? Like we know like that's not how that works, but it's going to help you. And you will be building those new neural pathways. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for getting up and coming to morning mindfulness with me, and or being corralled in if I dragged you in here with us. And if there's any questions I can answer, I'm happy to do it. But thanks for hanging out.